You know, it's pretty easy to say that a team that wins a national championship has something special going on in the locker room. However, to anyone who's been around the game long enough and around this team, it really is clear that there was something special in the North Dakota locker room this year. After just a short time in the big leagues, Sano is already making an impact using his bat. However, it's more than just his bat that has impressed his teammates so far. Winning 3 or 4 straight state titles is pretty impressive, but when you can win 10 straight, now you're talking about being dominant. Well, the girls' game got started just a few minutes ago with Class B jumping out to a big lead. The guys will tip off at 8, but I'm joined now by Bismarck's Justin Fleck and Linton HMB's Jonathan Pernington. Yeah, LT, well, last night ended up being exactly what it was billed to be. A hard-fought physical battle between 2 rivals. Now with Denver out of the way, UND shifted their attentions today to Quinnipiac and the challenges that they bring in the national title game tomorrow. Thanks, LT. Well, I could throw out a bunch of stats like the fact that Dozier leads all American League second basemen in extra base hits. I could show you the flashy stuff the Twins are doing, like this bulldozer behind me with a cardboard Brian Dozier in the driver's seat, and even these buttons saying vote Dozier. However, I think it's best if I let the Twins players tell you why you should vote Brian Dozier to the All-Star game. A year ago, being drafted wasn't something that Jay Flaw thought could happen.
Last spring, I had a rough spring, and I just kind of told myself to go into summer ball looking to just get back to having fun with everything. I got a year left of baseball and just see what happens.
His success in an early game against Arizona forced scouts to pay attention to the Bison right-hander.
There was probably 25 plus scouts at the game, and we were getting blown out early on, and I think probably a good 20 of them left. I came in like the 3rd or 4th inning. Once I was done throwing my warm-up pitches, there was, you know, everybody that left had come back and had their guns out, and I ended up throwing extremely well against them, and that's when I really started seeing, you know, a lot of interest.
Despite all the letters and phone calls, Flaw had no idea what would happen come draft day.
Me and my dad were watching it at home. I was expecting, you know, maybe an outside chance in the later rounds, 9 or 10, and I was just sitting there laying on the couch, and I got a call from an unknown number, and I was like, hey, this just got real, and you know, they didn't really say whether or not they were going to pick me. Watched it live with my dad, and it was crazy.
The Orioles picked Flaw in the 6th round on Tuesday, but it's something that still hasn't really sunk in yet.
Thinking about the guys that I looked up to my entire life, and thinking about that, and now I'm the same for some younger kids in the community. And to say that I would be the highest draft pick in Mandan history like that, there's no way that's just something so surreal to me. I don't think I'll ever understand that. What that means to be that guy is incredible.
From Mandan for NBC North Dakota Sports, I'm Isaac Berky. All season, UND felt they were college hockey's best team. Saturday night, they left no question.
North Dakota, champions of the college hockey world.
You know, it's team first mentality. We got a lot of special players on our team, and it seems like everybody contributed to get to where we are here. You know, we got the CBS line, the heavy line. We had just about everybody contribute here on a nightly basis, and you have to win in order to win, and so proud of them.
We've tried playing like this the whole year. This isn't, even though it's a national championship game, we still winning every game. And I mean, just kind of backing up the whole community and everything. I mean, just everyone who supported us the whole year, we want to play for them.
Kelly Green packed Amalie all weekend, giving the players the extra edge to seal the deal.
They support us no matter what. These Fighting Sioux fans, they deserve this national championship for a long time, and they're finally bringing it back to Grand Forks, and boy, are we going to celebrate.
You know, you walk through, going into the entrances or rinks, and our fans are just there chanting, "Let's go Sioux," and to this day, I still get chills every single time. There's no better feeling that they have our backs, and we can't thank them enough. You know, this is us saying thank you, you know, winning a national championship, so.
The national championship was also the underclassmen's way of sending out a senior class that had 4 very different paths to the top.
It's something special. All 4 of them, they played unbelievable tonight. Kajula all weekend, some of the best hockey he's played. Colin St. Clair coming in, you know, he hasn't played in a while, played an unbelievable game. And the other 2, you know, they played hard, and it feels great to bring that back with them.
I don't know. It's a storybook ending. Looking back over my career here, there's definitely some low times. It was just a testament to the teammates and how much I love this program. I'm really lucky to be here, and I wish I had another 4 years. We could do it again.
UND will look to do it again next season with the bulk of the lineup able to return. From the Frozen Four in Tampa for NBC North Dakota Sports, I'm Isaac Berky. It's 9 a.m. and as he's done for the last 3 years, Hunter Johnson pulls on his number 3 jersey and heads out to the field to get ready for the Demons' WDA opener against Legacy.
I've been playing for about, I think, 11 years, and I don't know, I just kind of wanted to start it out. I guess every little kid wants to play soccer when they're little.
An hour later, it's time for kickoff, and the Demons make quick work of the Sabres. Early Demon goals shortened Johnson's day on the pitch, allowing him to kick back and relax on the sidelines. When the horn sounds, it's a 5-0 win for Bismarck High. For Johnson, it's only the end of the first game of the day. He has to be back at the bowl in 5 hours when the pitch becomes a gridiron. His plan for the next 5 hours is pretty simple.
Usually I just get like a good lunch in and then drink a lot of water and stuff like that.
Stuff like that includes heading home where he spends some time playing soccer with his younger brother. As 5 o'clock rolls around, it's back to the bowl to get ready for the Rough Riders.
Just being in soccer and then also being the kicker, people always give me crap for that, and I don't know, it's kind of funny.
The nightcap is just as successful as the morning for Johnson. The kicker nails field goals of 38 and 31 yards and is a perfect 7 for 7 on extra points. With the 2 wins under his belt, Johnson can sleep well knowing that it all starts again on Monday when practice rolls around. With the spotlight on Hunter Johnson for NBC North Dakota Sports, I'm Isaac Berky. Ten to nothing, and a little bit later, Jacksonville State driving, but Nick DeLuca, he has the diving pick, and that halts any Gamecock momentum right away. A little bit later, Wentz, he's showing no sign of rust or fear at all. 11-yard scamper off to the left side. NDSU up 17 to nothing early on, and they weren't done in the first half. King Frazier, 1-yard run, untouched. You could have driven a semi through that hole. NDSU off to a bit of a rough start. Camilla Carter using the pick, and Kiana Gary rolling off to very easy too. But Marina Whittle came to play for the Bison. She hits the jumper from the line, getting NDSU their first bucket of the game. That followed up by a deep 3 from Taylor Thunstead, giving the Green and Gold a 1-point lead. Govs and Chiefs, second game of the doubleheader. Govs with a lead early on. Jackson Ford chops this one to short. That would bring in 1 run from third. Govs up 3 to nothing. Ty Langang on the mound, and he's got a quick pickoff move. He's going to catch Seth Severson in a rundown before Severson gets tagged out, diving into first. One back and forth, but the Demons always seeming to play catch-up. Jordan Mann hits the 3. That would bring Bismarck High within 1. However, St. Mary's would pull off the upset in overtime. Just a few minutes later, Pagansky down the right side goes short side, up and in, gets 2 bars, and UND has a 2-0 lead. Third period, and UND would get 1 more here just for good measure. Luke Johnson to Byrne Chiswick. That puts UND up 3-0. They go on to win this one by a final of 5-1 over Colorado College.